Here we are, and welcome to the Vic Open for 2025. This is Park Media's coverage. We're brought to you by the wonderful people at Guff, as always. I'm Jason Weedner, and I'm joined by probably the best commentator I could find to help me today. It was Matty Faz, my old mate. How are you, Matty?
I'm good, mate. And don't forget to mention that this coverage today is brought to you by the people we're actually commentating on.
It absolutely is. For those of you who have been living under a rock, they would know that we ran a little fundraiser to get us here to the Vic Open, and all the people you see on the feature card today were all, plus many more, donated money to our cause and helped us get there. And 4 lucky entrants, Matty, had the chance to play on our day one feature card.
I know. I haven't done any backup research or investigating here, but this could be a world first for disc golf. We don't have the MPO players. We've got an array, a mix of players from across 4 divisions who won this raffle that we used to crowdfund our coverage of the tournament. And I don't know, Jase, I've never seen it on any disc golf coverage before.
Absolutely not. And I can't wait to see what it brings.
Well,
it's sure to be entertaining, Matty.
It's going to be a mixed bag. We can guarantee that as we look at hole 1 here. It's a par 4. Pretty straightforward, quite literally speaking. What players will be looking to do, though, is stay away from that out of bounds line on the left. The fairway does slope left to right the whole way. Power backhand hyzer if you've got it, but I'm not sure these players do.
But without any further ado, as he removes his jacket, we introduce one of the original Ballarat buffoons, as we see it written there on his back. That's Leigh Joy of Ballarat, and he's best thing he brought the coverage, Matty, was about 8 caddies on the day, I'm pretty sure.
And they were commendable effort there to brave these elements. It was one of the worst rounds we've ever filmed, Jace.
And from memory, and you should be able to see it on the coverage here, he was nervous as all get out, Leigh. He was stiff as a board at this point.
Until he just exhales sharply there.
Get the first one out, and that is nice.
That's a really, really nice shot to open a major.
So Leigh, in our MA2 division.
Yeah, showcasing the MA2 capabilities we have here in this country. And, well, every Australian viewer is going to know who this lady is, Jase.
Absolutely.
Maybe just introduce her for our wider spanning fans.
Yep, Tania Behan, caddy extraordinaire, and also plays as well.
And just a massive advocate for disc golf in this country, in particular women's disc golf. She's a part of the Birdie Babes.
She is. She is an inaugural member. Another female disc golfer here, Anita Weber.
Yeah, and she's one of the youngest talents we've got in terms of the FPO or female divisions in this country, and you'll know her for her wicked Anheuser flexes by the end of this round.
And Ryan Nicholson, of course, from Mount Gambier and Launch Disc Golf, as he launches one straight into the turf to start with, but it was playing blind on this day and just got there just in time for his tee off.
Not blind drunk. He hadn't seen the course before. Don't let that first story fool you.
Yeah, on camera there, at the head of the caddy procession, we see Matt Hunter, who one of our biggest supporters as always, Matty. Always plenty to say.
Oh, yeah.
And
the overly loquacious Matt Hunter.
He's been a big supporter of Park Media, and he also donated money to our cause. So we thank you, Matt, for your ongoing support.
And I don't know why Ryan doesn't have any wet weather gear on. He's making it look like dry conditions. It's just miserable and drizzly from start to finish today. And that's a much better shot.
Yeah, that looks good. That's going to pan.
Obviously known for his involvement in running the Eruption, which is pretty much the premier tournament in this country.
Yep, as Tania lets rip with a nice big growl.
Yeah, she's almost like Sharapova, isn't she, in the tennis? Just
yeah, it's very similar.
Every stroke.
And I cannot believe that Tania has not got a caddy yet. Well, she's caddied for just about everyone in Australia.
Someone should be paying back. Well, this needs to get to the ground, and it should.
That's a nice shape. Nice shot.
Yeah, she really relies on those overstable drivers.
And I'll tell you
Anita.
what, doesn't he feel important at the moment, Leigh? He might have small hands, but he's got the biggest collection of caddies I've ever seen.
I wonder if he throws just lightweight discs. solely lightweight discs. They don't look particularly small. Maybe he was a carny before he was a cop.
He has, that's about 150 gram Valkyrie. I played with him a couple of days ago, and that's 150 gram Valkyrie. I call it my first frisbee.
I was going to say. If I was trying to get an 8-year-old into the sport, I'd give him 150 gram Valk.
Tanya needs that to come out, and it does.
So she's up there.
Yeah, she's up there for
That's a
3.
third,
So,
yeah.
and of course, Anita's younger brother, I believe.
Yeah,
Tobias.
Brother Tobias does not like to be called Toby, so we're not going to call him
Doesn't.
Toby
You
once.
found that at the Hubway, didn't you?
Yeah. There's a pretty straight shot there, leaving her
About
12
13.
meters, 12 or 13. It's like Ryan's got a taipan in hand.
He has.
here.
He leans on this disc quite heavily.
Stable disc, the taipan.
Left him a little short, but it did what he wanted it to. He's taken a while to dial in there, isn't he?
Yeah, that first shot was one he'd want to forget, but he's come back pretty well. That second shot was a beaut.
Lovely up shot from Mr. Joy there. He's
showing-
tell you what, he's rocking. He's got the colour coordination happening today, isn't he? I'm impressed with that outfit.
And his better half donning the red hat just to follow suit.
Yep, I like it.
Her name eludes me at the moment.
Megan Joy, she also
Megan.
played in the tournament. 2 thumbs up from Tanya.
Tanya, yeah, happy with that.
There he is. There's Eamesy.
David Eames. It's about time.
He's late.
You might have had a slow round today. They were trying conditions.
They were.
He must be cold. I was so cold filming this round.
Ice in his veins, Matty, apparently.
Oh,
We're going to look at this Anheuser putt.
this one's for par.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
go. Great
Yes,
recovery.
after a pretty messy start to that hole, Ryan, he's recovered quite well. Oh, Leigh.
He had Chewy on his finger there.
It was a little bit far out for a tap in, but he made it working as Tanya finishes off her bogey.
Yeah, pretty clean start for our mixed feature card here as we look at hole 2. It's a par 3, 90 metres for the right-hand backhand player. It's just a big pushing hyzer.
Sandscrape OB, of course, but there is also OB along that left, and the land does drop off a lot.
Yeah, Leigh might have a chance of getting there. Ryan definitely will. I think the ladies
Oh,
will
that's
be
the
looking
wrong
for
way,
par
Leigh.
here. Yeah, a surprisingly common catchment zone, that tree.
What about
Yeah,
the
he's-
stance from you down there, Matty? Just a bit slippery on the foot, was it?
Well, you can tell, can't you? There's a sheen across the land.
Coming in a little early there, Ryan. And we must take our hats off to the gallery that we've got today, Matty, because it was pretty wet and lonely out there, mate.
I don't know what they were doing out there. I could think of 50 other things I'd
There
rather
he
be
is.
doing. I had to be out there. They did not. So
And bit shameless, just inserting himself in the footage wherever he can at the moment, Eamesy. So I hopefully stamp that out.
yeah, back off. Let your better half have her moment.
Hole 2, of course, is while we're rolling through our big supporters and people that threw support our way. Next on the list is the South Australian Reptilian MA4 stalwart Keith Matz. He's one of my favourites, Matty.
I've been told I need to get around this guy. I've never actually met him.
Yes, he's good fun. He's MA fun, and yeah, I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us this year at Mount Gambier, because he's always got a couple of little games and surprises in store, and he's a good fun guy to be around.
I'll definitely keep a lookout for him.
That one probably slipping out of the hand there for Anita.
Gives her a par look though. This is a birdie look for Ryan after a nice little Annie flex off the tee. Jittery little.
Oh, the right idea. Have it plenty of flight.
He's been involved with the game a long time, Ryan.
Oh no, Anita.
Oh.
Oh,
And there's your worst case scenario. No.
Struth.
It was a good looking putt out of the
It
hand
was.
too.
It was just a little short. So she putts now for bogey. Just gets it on up there.
All right, Tania now for her par. She'd love a par early.
Oh, we all would. Has she got it? Yes, she has. That's a great putt
That was.
with the zone.
Just relying on the stability to sort of nosedive into the bucket there. And
And what
Ryan.
have we got here?
get the first look at Ryan's inside 5 metre putt, which is
Now,
a turbo.
you might think he only uses that inside 5, but stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
You do see some odd things in this round. We had sorry, I'm excited to talk about it. Have we seen one of Leigh Joy's stop motion shots yet?
It's coming up.
Okay.
Hole 3 now. Big par 5 from this elevated tee, 275 metres. You want to get it down here around the centre because this tree that's sticking out on the left-hand side there is a Mando tree. So we want to get round there with your second and then approach the basket here. It does drop off a little behind, but yeah, first shot fairly important.
Oh, what a fun shot it is, though. And I think most of these players will try to get one moving right.
Leigh
and then
Joy
coming
gets
left.
his heat out and he might have turned that over.
Is this some
Oh, it's a
sort of
roller.
unintentional roller there from Leigh?
Where is there? It is. It's rolling. Those of us in the know that was unintentional.
Great edit there, because I remember being on the catch cam and not catching a lot of that flight. Definitely not predicting that shot from Leigh, but that turned out perfectly for him. Shout out to our editor Ash.
I mean, this looks good. Is that going to recover?
If they can fight out, no,
Oh,
it didn't.
no, it's in the bushes.
And that's the punishment for overturning off this tee shot.
Yeah, and they're quite high, those trees.
Yeah, you're pretty much pitching out every time.
Oh,
Ooh.
Tania's got the roller as well.
Does it get to ground? We'll never know. Now, Anita's natural shot lines up perfectly for this line. Look at that.
Look at that. Circles up a little, but that's the shape you want.
Just darts it into the fairway. Yeah, when you're
Eamesy, get off camera, mate.
what's Easy checking scores for?
I don't know. Needs to hold that. And that's going to get a little left, but still plenty of room to get around the Mando.
Yeah, still a few more throws in it for 10 there.
Stay up. Oh, yes.
Tell you what, for a standstill
sit.
throw,
Yeah, it's got some power on it, hasn't it?
she must get some spins on
It's
it.
going to leave a difficult third to get around the Mando. As we thank our third donatee. Is that what you call them? Donator? Donor.
Benefactor? Benefactor?
Thank you. You just corrected there
Sorry,
by producer.
My pea brain was reeling trying to think of the answer too, not realising how wrong you were. And
Who is it,
shout
Matty?
out Ruben Berg,
Rubenberg.
who gets involved in any way he can in Australian disc golf. So thank you, Ruben.
Yeah, we've had him on coverage a few times, Ruben. He's very entertaining.
Yeah, we appreciate everything he does for us in the game.
And that is making the hole difficult, Ryan. He's got to get
nice.
around that Mando tree as well.
Pretty nice distance for the old chop forehand there.
Tania, let's rip with 3.
Oh, that's a nice
Is that going to
ball.
fade out? Yeah, that's a good rip. You want to get wide of that Mando, gives you a nice wide entrance in.
Yep. Gives you the big hyzer around.
Here we go for a standstill for Joy for his second. Don't adjust your sets. He's still throwing.
That was not a technical glitch. That's just something he does sometimes.
It is. It's the Leigh Joy pause.
Did we get an explanation for that pause on the day?
No.
I wonder what's going through his mind as he does it.
I often thought that.
That moment of stillness. I might start trying it.
Ryan for his third. He gets that nice and wide. Doesn't want to get pinched off by that Mando.
That's a good shot. He can still get up and down from his
Yeah,
par
still
there.
plenty of distance on it. So Anita having to dry her own discs here. I'm not sure that's the point
Where'd
when you've got a caddy.
Where'd Tobias go?
That's a bit of sibling rivalry for you.
Probably heard they were putting pancakes on in the clubhouse. The grubby little feet.
I swear he cracked a smile eventually, Tobias. He absolutely. I think he was talked into it by Roland, but he looked like he was having a great time. He did out there. So Tania's happy with that one.
Oh, a bit short there from Anita.
Yeah, a little short with the backdrops. A little bit of a drop off.
Ryan demonstrating his touch shot there.
Yep, nice little up.
Had to be touchy too. That slopes off pretty aggressively behind that basket.
Is this for birdie for Leigh Joy?
Deserves it after that unintentional roller.
No, not quite. Give himself a tap in par. He's finding something funny.
Probably a bit of lip service from Matty Hunter and Duncan
I'm not
there.
sure he's getting a lot of support from his caddies at the moment.
Ooh. Noble bid there from Anita.
Yeah, Tania make another putt. I reckon she can.
With a hyper focus.
Oh,
no. At least it didn't roll back down toward her.
That's true.
Spinny little putt Anita's got there, isn't it?
It is very whippy. Confident finish. As we're seeing another turbo, and this one's getting further away now. But it goes in.
Nice clean release on that one. No wobble whatsoever.
A nice little tap in for Leigh. Yeah. Oh.
What's going on?
And that was a birdie for Leigh Joy.
I've never seen a 1 metre putt go in and not be deserved. It didn't even spin.
Negative spin.
Shout out to our boy Sammy Barnett.
Hole 4 is a par 3. It's 128 metres. Tees off just from next to hole 1's tee off. And I think, Matty, as we mentioned while playing this in the tournament, it's one that we only managed to par on the last day, isn't it?
It's for a pretty open straight hole. It plays pretty tough. You want to avoid the OB sand scrape green here that Leigh looks to have squared
straight
up.
for it.
Yeah, that's the one we were talking about.
Yeah,
Leigh.
so there's that, and then there's a big drop off behind the basket, makes you leave your upshot a little short. So
yeah,
he'll have to take an OB penalty for that one, Leigh.
Yeah, Ryan could flex one right. Nah, too much flex. So he had the right idea there.
Yeah, that's commonly where I end up too, Matty.
Yeah, and he's asking what the hell was that, and so are we, mate. Tania.
Just down the middle, Tan. Just like that. Good little bit of flex on that too.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll need one more of those to secure her par, I dare say. Another one that shapes up well for Anita's.
Stay up. That's often the problem because it's a downhill, Matty. You tend to drag it down and it doesn't give it a chance to fly. I mean, with that sand scrape in mind.
Yeah, that's twice she's burnt one low off the tee.
And look at that rain's really coming down now. As we see the buffoons there, of course. Mitch Evers.
Yeah, love you, Mitchie. Thanks for sticking around, mate. Oh, this is
That needs to beat it.
OB bound.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. At least it stayed out of that puddle.
Takes an OB on a second.
Not that her disc can get any more wet than it is in these conditions. Oh, a low hummer here.
Look
Right
at that.
at
It's
me.
got a good shape on it.
At least she'll be putting uphill from there.
Just skidded straight with the water. The fourth of our donors. on our list of donors that donated to get us here to the Vic Open. Of course, we couldn't go past talking about Alan Brunsting.
Of course not.
Creator of the Throwlers podcast and All Things Fun himself. He's a big supporter of ours, Alan, and we're a big supporter of his.
Yeah, and just a really important cog in Victorian disc golf in particular.
Just lifted that foot off the OB in time. Oh, that was a good run.
All right, Tania, 4 par.
Go in. Oh.
So you,
And the roll away. That's the roll away we were talking about.
ladies are getting mistreated with these rollaways at the moment.
Not something you want to see. Oh, that's a second band hit for
She's
Tania.
drawing a lot of metal today. That putt looks pretty dialed in.
Oh, Leigh takes a leaf. And it's just...
But that putt powered through. Despite only spinning 4 times. 4 full revolutions.
I think hitting the leaf actually put a spin on it. It was stagnant out of the hand.
Leaf-induced centrifugal force.
And a par, so he stays fairly clean there, Ryan Nicholson at even.
Hole 5, par 3, 108 metres. This is a tough birdie right here, Jase. The line that the drone is taking is the forehand line. There is also a backhand hyzer line that pushes a little more straight and relies on a lot more fade. Looks like Ryan's taking that forehand line I mentioned with the backhand here.
Yeah, the left-hand line's the easiest way into the basket. And this is the shot. Gee, that looks good. He's flipped that up nicely.
Oh, that's got full flight too.
Oh, here it comes. Oh, that is parked.
I'll be honest. I remember that shot very, very well.
That
and
is 108 metres, and that is not an easy shot basket to access.
No.
Not at all.
No offense, Ryan Nicholson. I simply wasn't expecting a shot that good out of you. So I'm not even going to pretend like I was ready for that one. As you can see me just readjusting now and learning from my mistake. All right, Leigh. Pretty clean release. Just pulled right a little too far.
Straight into the tree, you call that, Matty, from Leigh.
All right, Tania opting with that right-hand line.
Oh, that's the one.
Pure, is it?
Yeah, that was a nice backhand rip.
And you should, Tania.
Pretty happy with that, Tania. Always very animated.
Now, Anita.
Now, she'd have to think Anita's got this shot.
How stable.
And
Oh, yeah.
does. Just probably stable it up a little bit, that branch. Straight at Matty.
As I nonchalantly avoid that disc. I was having technical difficulties on the catch cam at that point, and I wasn't very happy with life.
And a roller.
No way.
Rolling the wrong way. Yeah, that didn't really stand up for Leigh there. So.
No, that looked like one of my rollers. Tania go on the forehand here. I think she throws the single finger forehand, Jase.
Oh, that looks good. That's less flatter than your forehand, mate.
That's no joke.
Our fifth person that we have to thank for the donations leading up to this tournament, Matty, is Tim Ware.
Tim Ware, who would have thought he would actually shell out?
Back with Leigh Joy now. We thank you, Tim. Obviously, we love to give him plenty, Tim, but we thank you very much for your donation, mate.
No, and he loves what we do,
and we will continue to give you more, mate. You can guarantee that. We will have him on the clubhouse eventually. We have him waiting in the wings most weeks.
We're going to have him on coverage soon once we get the Masters out and about.
Absolutely. So we've got Leigh from behind a tree.
Yeah, trying to recover from that.
Puts it to 3.
Erroneous roller.
Please.
And Tania's showing off a dirty berg. I wonder what the significance of that was.
Don't know. Just felt we needed to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got
Probably
this.
Good time to mention that both of these commentators hate
it's
bergs. Another roll away.
We do hate bergs, don't we?
You and I in particular do not like bergs. Don't like the way they fly, the way they feel, the way they look. All right, come on, Tania. Change our minds. Nah, I'm still off bergs.
And that's probably his most confident tap in to date, I'd say, Leigh Joy. Probably looked the most confident on that one. I'd say he might have just calmed his nerves in time, I reckon.
Left side trickle job. And what a birdie from Ryan Nicholson. Let's not
let
that go
past
unnoticed.
It. Absolutely. And not a commonly birdied hole, even for our MPO field.
Nah, you're right. As we roll straight into hole 6, the par 3. Another pretty difficult birdie here. You want to keep it low so as to avoid the green stuff up top there, but navigating through these trees and trying to set yourself up in a decent position on a pretty dicey green. You want to be left of the pin so you're putting uphill.
It's a hell of a yeet to get there, Matty. It's 104 metres, and it's uphill. You can't see that on camera, but it is ridiculously uphill. So Ryan just
no danger out there, but that is the right play to get one moving slightly right and then have it come fade back left of the basket.
Oh, is that a walk-up approach there from Anita?
So she does have the X step in her repertoire.
I like it. Want to see more of it?
Was lucky to miss that initial tree, but she's out in the clear.
It momentarily stopped raining. Do you reckon he already owned this much red clothing, or?
I'm not sure. Maybe he saw the forecast and just wanted to make sure he stood out.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and that sort of shot is perfectly acceptable. Just getting it out there, isn't it? It's not an easy birdie. So just avoiding the early trees, but don't know what tips Eamesy's going to take you there, but I suppose she's throwing through trees, so that's where he's quite handy, isn't he? Never seen a guy throw that many discs at trees and just sail through the other side. It's quite amazing,
it's
really.
A skill. One you can't teach. Tania looks to have found one of those gaps to access the green.
Great camera work there, Matty. Solid camera work.
I think I figured things out by this stage. The wet weather gear and fluttery little forehand from Leigh, but that's the right side of the green to be on. He's an uphill putt for his par. Now Ryan's sort of got the Garrett Girthy form here. You watch he throws his off arm.
Yeah, it's sort of over the top of his other arm, isn't it? As Anita gets to the edge of circle just about. So she's still got a bit of work to do here. And that is not a fun putt. It's good release on the putt, isn't it, from Anita?
Very clean, very high spin rate. All right, Tania with that berg.
Oh, yes. Putting's been on from Tania. You get a reverse parked from Guff.
Well deserved.
Different angle. That is lovely. And the celebration in slow motion as well.
Yeah, really nice par there from Tan. Oh, I reckon he counted that one before it hatched.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Right, Anita for bogey.
And that's a make.
Yeah, it must be said that Anita hadn't really played much leading up until this tournament. I think she's focusing more on her swimming.
Whoop.
Hot potato in Ryan Nicholson's
That's going to make you feel confident about a turbo, doesn't it? Oof,
Make
jeez.
sure of it. But yeah, Anita's a bit of a jack of all trades. She's a swimmer.
Yep.
Bit of a track athlete, I believe.
Yeah, so hasn't played a lot of disc golf, but always comes out for the Vic Open. Hole 7 now is a par 483 metres. Straight down this golf-type fairway. There's a vicious right to left slope, so you don't want to end up down that hill as the basket's just up on top of this ridge. It's a long par 4, Matty, but you can get yourself into trouble by ending up down the left. So high up the hill, well, that's probably too high, but
That is too high.
it's in there. Had the right idea.
Yeah, as long as you manage the gradient along this fairway, it's actually one of the easier par 4s on the course. It's definitely the shortest.
It's not too bad. You can play that high line and come around the back of the trees.
Another X step from Anita, gets a good whip on it.
She pushes through. So, yeah, everyone going a little high at the moment. Leigh got that toy Valkyrie out again.
Nice pull
That
from
is
Leigh.
a
That's
lovely
probably-
looking shot.
Could be his best shot so far.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be.
That is. Gives him options from there. All right, and Tania playing the high line.
Needs to hold that shape.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's okay. Yeah, so Ryan just caught up in the bushes. Hopefully he's got a clear line through. Look at that steely-eyed determination.
Yeah, the off arm going above the throwing arm.
Yeah, which is different to most, isn't
A
it?
very unique point in his form. Oh, and she just crashes through those trees. Like they weren't
Yeah,
even
unfortunately the tree's stabling her up a little bit there and ending up down the hill.
there. The trees are just heavier with the wetness today.
So Ryan now for his third, and basket, you can just see it, tree up in the middle of the screen. It's just to the left, just poking the band over the ridge there.
Looked like he was going for that right side gap, but didn't get the commitment or the turn, whichever he was aiming for.
No, and it is a steep approach from there as well.
You're right, Matt.
All right, so Leigh back to the standstill in the grimy conditions.
And the freeze.
The glitch in the Leigh Joy matrix.
It's like he's buffering, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's got the backswing. He's just waiting for the pull through to download. That's going to stable up nicely for Tan. That'll give her a good look.
Voice activated. Thank God.
As we take a little bit of a gap from the rain here.
Yeah, so once you do get to the green, it is the backside that slopes down. If you want to go long, you'll give yourself the uphill putt, which is definitely the safer putt on this hole.
Yep, our next supporters we have to thank is Ballarat MO50 player Cranny, John Cranstoon. Thank you for your donation, Cranny. And we love Cranny, the way he goes about it.
Watching him play, playing with him, just having a chat in general. Just one of the cool guys of Australian disc golf.
Yeah, he's from Ararat, I understand.
The superior rat.
The superior rat. Yeah, so thank you, Cranny.
Oh!
And also
Gutsy
thank
bit.
you to Anita Weber's caddy, Tobias Weber, who also was very generous. Although I feel it may have been Roland that donated. But we thank you, Roland Weber, as well. But thank you, Tobias. Your name was on it, mate, so thank you.
Could have been his weekly allowance that he entered the tournament with.
And he spent it all on Park Media.
Yeah.
It's better than Plinko or whatever they kids spend it on these days.
I think it's cup
Is
and
that what
balls
it's called?
that they're into.
Ball in a cup. Not called cup and balls.
No, you mean downloadable FIFA content. Ooh, there's a
Yeah, something like that.
DLCs. Yeah, Leigh just not really feeling it on the green today. I haven't played a lot with Leigh. Can you tell me what his strengths and weaknesses are? Not talking to Polaris, I hear, is one of his strengths. Being starstruck by a local metalcore band.
He's a big Celtics fan, I know.
Oh, disappointing season for them.
Yeah, he's often rocking his Celtics gear, which he's pretty happy about. Hole 8's a par 3 from this very elevated tee pad. It's 135 metres. Getting down there, there's OB on the right, and the sand scrape is playing as OB. So it's full of surprises.
Yeah, another really fun downhill shot. And
You
this
want
one
that
needs to get out. Now,
Fade.
there is an OB pond on the right there that I
Yeah,
really
that might
hope
have-
she's avoided.
I think she'll be safe.
We haven't seen too many forehands or distance forehands so far from Leigh. Let's see what he's got here.
Forehand's definitely the play.
Oh, nice little flexi boy out of the hand.
Yep, and that'll get you to about there.
Yeah, nice shot from Leigh.
That's going to end up
Oh.
left.
That's nowhere near enough turn.
I was going to say, there is another green over there.
Well, we didn't mention it because it shouldn't come into play, but here we are. See Roland Weber on the card now. I played with
Roland's
Roland.
been there the whole time.
Has he?
Yeah, making sure Tobias doesn't neglect his caddy duties. Sorry, I was trying to think of the word. He wasn't thrilled to bits to be doing it, Tobias, although he wasn't showing it anyway. Well, he's just missed that sand scrape, Ryan.
I don't think they've got the strongest sibling relationship, Tobias and Anita.
Who does when they're teenagers, Matty?
Yeah, little to be desired for his par putt there, Ryan and Tania.
Oh, running the basket, is
I was
she?
going to say, that's aggressive.
Wanted to make sure she got over that green. As the rain starts tumbling again, so Anita just ends up on the hill there, trying to go around the tree, interestingly.
Yeah, she's got a putt. Tania, save par. Back to the zone for that one. Why is it putting a zone?
Yeah,
I'll have to ask Tania about that one.
Well, I mean, you can guarantee it's gonna drop quickly.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like you're
an
pretty much just
underarm.
taking out you're taking the chains out of play, aren't you?
Yeah, a good putt from Leigh there for par. Looks more confident from 5 than he is from 2, doesn't he? Oh, there's another turbo
That's
from
a nice turbo for double.
from Nicholson.
Ouch. And Tobias just overjoyed to be there.
Yep. Yeah, wouldn't want to be anywhere else at the moment, would he?
Positive body language.
Just absolutely loving it.
And Tania's just showing off her Crystal Flex Z Zone Flex Zone as we go into hole 9. Z Flex Zone Crystal Flex par 3, 112 meters. This one you're looking for a Anheuser Flex for the right hand backhand, or maybe even a cheeky little roller.
And that's commonly the problem. You're getting it to flex back.
Yeah, a little overturn there from Leigh. Great shot shape here for Anita, but she pushes that one too straight.
Hold that. That's the right idea, isn't it?
Now, it looks terrible in there, but you've actually got elevation to the basket. It's a pretty straight throw down into the basket, so not a bad spot for a standstill approach as Tania follows Anita's vapor trails. Yeah, again, not a bad spot. She'll have a little hyzer in there.
Now, he had this shot dialed on on hole
Hole
5.
four.
Was it 5?
5, you're right.
5, yeah. So let's see if he can pull another one out. Different disc, though, I think.
I actually think it's the same one. It's that halo plastic.
Yeah, a little turned over.
Yeah, a
He
little
gave
too much
himself to an easy
Anheuser
approach,
angle.
though. Now, the 8th member that we need to thank for donating money to our cause is... what do you think of when I say the words Broden Sherritt?
Well, I think snappy dresser,
Snappy, very snappy dresser.
classy blonde mullet.
Yep, great
And,
hairdo.
he's just a chill guy.
He's a
I never
good
see him. I
vibe,
never
isn't
see
he?
him get out of third gear, Broden.
Yeah, he's a good vibe. He's a good. That was a great shot by Tania through the trees. But yeah, he's a good guy to have around. And another great supporter of ours. I mean, all these people that have donated are big supporters of ours. But we thank you, Broden Sherritt, and keep the support coming because we
Yes.
appreciate it.
We're very grateful, and we'd love to see you on our coverage someday.
And also our 9th member that we should thank, Leigh Thompson.
Geelong's finest.
Geelong's finest, Leigh Thompson.
There's a lot of Lees in the game.
There is a lot of Lees. You're
I had
right.
to think for a moment.
And he's
there.
an easily forgettable man, Leigh Thompson. No, he's a good guy.
He's got a pretty defined beard. That's something about him.
He's a ripping guy, Leigh.
Yeah.
And you'll see him in the gallery today. He got round there for the whole round.
Couple of good upshots there. I think we got Leigh trying to finish off for his par here. His wife watches on. She'll be proud of that one.
A lot of support from Mitch Evers there in the back. Old loose Mitch. Always good to have him around on course too.
I'm stunned he doesn't have a beer in hand.
You know what happens when Mitch gets a beer in his hand?
You don't see him for 3 days.
And of course, Duncan McIntosh, the other buffoon there. We shouldn't leave him out as he wrestles with his umbrella
He's
there.
trying to figure it out, isn't he?
And that is how they finish the front 9. Leigh Joy +4, Ryan Nicholson +3, Tania at +9, and Anita at +10. That is the first 9 of round 1 out the way, Matty.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been good fun, hasn't it?
It has, and our guess is as good as yours as to where these guys are actually sitting in their respective divisions. Oh no, that's got the numbers there.
So it has.
Lee's tied for. Lee's already out of the tournament, tied for 13th.
Jeez, we're good at Park Media. We don't leave anything to chance, do we?
No, very well rehearsed.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us for this front round of the Vic Open for 2025. Front 9, I should say. We'll be back here with the back 9 straight after. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to Guff, of course, for helping us bring this to you. I've been Jason Wiedner.
I've been Matty Faz.
Until next time,
Park it.